Hi, welcome to week 2 of Communications Campaigns. This is Professor M. I am excited to launch this video and meet up with everyone in the course. We've got about 11 or 12 students. Hopefully by now you've watched the first video, you've reviewed the syllabus, and you have gone in and answered the survey question, as well as bought the textbook and read the intro and the first chapter. So welcome to week 2. Just to recap, so this class is really around learning how to plan and research campaigns, how to execute and implement them, and how to measure your results. And so really what I'm hoping is that as you're getting started, you're starting to think about what kind of a campaign you'd like to create, whether it's for your organization or for you personally and your brand and your business, or a special project that you have been wanting to do. And what I thought I'd do is recap kind of what I thought were the takeaways from last week's reading when we read the intro and we read chapter 1. So this book really started out as a blog, and so the format that it's written in is very bloggy, blog-like, and so it's evolved over time, and the author has incorporated new trends, new information, new case studies every single time he's written this. So the book is organized into 3 sections, and so we'll go through each section. I thought it made a lot of sense. So the first section is really how the internet has changed the game, and so it's laying the context of where we are today, how things used to be done, which is less relevant to how things are done today. Then we'll move into learning a lot more about the tactics that are available to you through social media. And then we'll move into how to do your action planning, which is really the nitty gritty of campaign development and execution, which I think a lot of people are interested in. So one of the case studies that he talks about is green surfboards. And this is a great example of niching down really, really deep into your ideal customer and providing them that content that is going to draw them in, which even led this guy, the author, to spend quite a bit of money for a 4-day experience. And it also showcased how you can use Facebook and Instagram to really attract those ideal clients in that type of a environment. In the past, companies would buy very expensive advertising. They would try and beg mainstream media to cover them. They would hire lots of salespeople. And now it's really about publishing that interesting content that the buyer wants to consume, solving a problem for them, answering a question for them. And it's when you write, you have to think like a journalist and write these interesting stories. And the author talks about when he was the VP of marketing at a company called News Edge. This is back in 2002, he really went against the advice of his agency partners, and he really said, we need to create content that's going to drive sales. And he did that, and he got results for his company. The company eventually got sold to Thomson Reuters. But what he did was he took that knowledge that he had in that sort of unconventional way that he thought things through, turns it into an ebook, gave it away to tons of bloggers who, then really created a revenue stream for him, and his message went global. And so I thought that was even just an interesting case study of how he positioned himself as a thought leader and did his own marketing campaign in a different way. He talks a lot about in the old way of the world of advertising, marketing, PR, communications. It was about one-way communications, interrupting people to the company telling you things. So for example, when you would buy a car, they were relying on these very expensive TV ads to sell their cars. Now, people are much more into Google and research and Kelley Blue Book and Edmunds and all of these resources that are out there that can help you make a decision when you're looking to make an investment in a car. And so it's not to say that these traditional communications methods aren't necessary or still good. You have to be a little more strategic about when you're going to use them. It's really more about creating that custom content, targeting your customer, and doing it on sort of a low to no budget through these social networking channels. And I like his point that it's about delivering content at the precise moment that a buyer needs it. And so it's about having those interactions and conversations, providing that information and education, and then providing a choice to your consumer. So if you're small or you're not really famous, you're going to be the one that's going to have to tell your story on the web in a really compelling way. And so reporters nowadays are using the web just like everyone else, and it's about following them, what they're interested in, and pitching them these story ideas. In the past, agencies were focused on creativity, and they were focused on winning awards and not necessarily on selling services or driving revenue growth. And so things have really shifted, and I think that was really the big takeaway that I took. Hopefully you took as well. And so what's up for next week, for this week? So more reading. I think I'd like you to read chapters 2 and 3. Watch this video, of course, and then participate in the discussion board. And I threw up there a resource from HubSpot that I thought was a good, and HubSpot is a inbound marketing company based out of Boston that has a lot of free content, a lot of great information, a lot of great templates and tools that you can use as you put together your campaign or you're working on things like that. So if you could read that, that would be great. And then I'll see you on the following Saturday. So Saturday, February the 6th, I'll put up week 3's video and you can watch that. If you do have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. If there's anything that is confusing, I am going to put up on to Jewel the grading criteria for your final project and how I'm going to evaluate your final project and your grade in terms of the campaign that you've put together. So no worries there. We've got lots of time. But I do want you to start thinking about what that campaign is going to look like, who your ideal customer is, what outcome you're trying to achieve, and I think it'll be great. And you'll have a work product that you can use as part of your portfolio as a professional marketing and communications professional. So with that, I hope you have a wonderful week, and I look forward to seeing you on the video next week. Thank you.